Hello, everyone. I'm Anita Ochai, and you're welcome to the second episode on From Zero to 100. If this is your first time joining us, I welcome you with so much joy. If you are interested in business generally, if you want to start a business and you don't even know how to begin, you're not alone on this journey. We're in it together. So kindly hit the subscribe button as we are about to embark on a journey of growth. With me today, I have Justice Gagara. Justice, please say hi.
Hi.
Okay, we'll be having a conversation briefly on business and self-development. Before he introduces himself, I would like to add that I don't know how many of you have watched my first video. Just in case you haven't, the link is in the description, so please watch it. I spoke of a certain entrepreneur who made me lose my not a business person mindset, and it's no other person than Justice Gagara. So I am so excited to have him here with us today. Before we dive in, Justice, please briefly introduce yourself.
All right, I'll try to make it as brief as possible. My name is Justice Gagara. I am the CEO of Kyubatech. We deal with software trainings, and then majorly we actually help people promote themselves out there. So if you want to promote yourself personally, we are there to help you, and you want to also promote your brand, we are there to also help you. So everything we do actually circles around that. Personally, I am a self-development coach. Yeah. So I am an author. I'm the author of the book Becoming a Guide to Self-Development. I'm currently working on another book. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Justice is an author. He recently added that to his profile. And you should have a copy, because I believe you did a hard copy of the book. Can you see your book Becoming?
Okay, let me see. I have a copy close by.
Oh, thank you very much. The book is actually a very interesting book. I've read it. Yes, I have read it, and I recommend it to anyone that is on a self-development journey. You could also get the soft copy of his book. It is free on Seller. I would attach the link to the description, so just click on it, and it won't take you. It's like a 60 pages book. Yes, 60 pages. It's a very interesting book. After you read it, feel free to also drop your comments on the book. It's so nice to have you here, Justice. We'll be diving straight into it. My first question, a very interesting question, and it's you taking us down memory lane. I hope it's something you find interesting as well. Okay, so can you take us to the beginning of your journey? Like, what did self-development look like to you when you started? Or was it something you, should I say, were very particular about, or you just were into being a business person and not really self-development? Yeah.
All right. Okay, so speaking of self-development, well, it actually has been a long walk. Well, it depends on your definition of what self-development is. So initially, I actually had a knowledge of what self-development was, and right now I have another knowledge of what it is. So I believe what I have now is more solid than what I had before. So I wasn't actually developing myself much before. Even when I started Kyubatech, yeah, there was not much like that in terms of self-development. Yes, I was developing myself in some areas, right? But then, when you are adding up some things in terms of development, and then you have 1 times 1 times 1 times 5 times 5, and then you now have one that's like times 0, it kind of like brings you back to where you're starting from. Well, anyway, my self-development journey from the beginning was, should I say, to me, I feel like I was already developing myself, but then to some extent I was not really growing, because I think I was not really putting myself open to grow and learn from others as much as I should. But then I think my self-development journey started proper when I started reading books more. Yeah. So during 2022, if I can recall, 2022 or 2021, thereabout. I was still in school, and then there was a strike. During that period, I started to buy some books that my classmates wrote. Right. So I read the books, The Corporate Salesman and Close That Damn Deal by Taz Igor. So I read the books. I was also thankful to God for reading those books. Reading the books actually exposed me to some things. One of the major things that I learned after reading the book was that there are lots of things that I don't know, and there are lots of things that I need to know. So that made me to now, should I say, embark on the journey of reading and reading and reading and reading. And the more I kept on reading, mixed with what I already know, I found out that I was having better results. And yeah, let me say that formed the basis of my self-development journey.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. I think I'll take it back a little. So what does self-development mean to you now? Yes.
Okay, what does self-development mean to me now?
Yes.
All right. So it's actually all a matter of perspective, but then self-development has just the same meaning literally. It means develop yourself. You get. So what does self-development mean to me now? What will determine what self-development means to me now actually will be based on what I hold as values and what I hold as the things that are actually guiding me, right? So you see, you have people developing themselves in different things. Some people developing themselves in a good thing, some developing themselves in a bad thing, right? That's because of what they actually made up their mind to do from the initial. So for me, based on what I'm doing, based on where I'm going to, right? Self-development has to do with me improving my mental state, right? My mental state, if it has to do with me improving my entire self, basically, with an aim, though, right? I have a particular target. I have where I want to be in the future, which I'm not going to disclose now. Yeah. So I have where I'm looking at myself in future. Yeah. And if I don't develop myself, I'm not going to get there. So all of these things actually make up the particular basis of my self-development. You get. So what it means to me right now is that, for me to develop myself and reach where I want to be right now, I need to equip myself with the needed tools, and that's what I'm trying to do. And everything I'm doing is, focusing on that. Equip yourself, make sure you have that. Equip yourself, make sure you have the right tools for that and all that. Yeah, I believe I answered the question well.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much, because it played with my mind a bit. So self-development, like the name also states, it's a personal thing. They also call it personal development. What I got, you said that it is based on where we actually want to be. So your self-development journey is based on where you see yourself, that's future term, or where you want to get to. So it's you developing it yourself to get to that point. That's really interesting, honestly. So thank you very much for that response. It just brought a question to mind now. Starts with why you actually made me read that book. So I want you to talk about people and their reason for starting a business. What can you say about a person whose motive is money? I want to make money, and someone who has a motive outside of himself, because there are times that I've read so many things about having a purpose or doing things not just for yourself but for others. So how do people, should I say, line that up? Starting a business because of money and starting a business because they want to actually offer value to people. So which do you think is stronger and why?
You get into business for two reasons. Number one, you get it based on opportunity or necessity. So one of these things is to actually be your drive. For people living in, let me say, developed countries, right? They have more reasons of opportunities, to be their drive in starting businesses. But the people who are in, let me say, developing countries like Nigeria, they start businesses mostly based on necessities, right? Well, it could be argued, not everybody, but then it could be argued that majority of people actually start based on that. An instance, you actually had a plan to have this particular field, going your way and all that, but then, based on the circumstance and everything, low employment rate and everything, you decide to, start up an entrepreneurial journey. Well, probably you end up making it to become something big and all that. So that's that. Now, first of all, that being said, you now realize that you don't take away the fact that profit is a very, very, let me say, important factor when you're starting up a business, right? It's very, very important. So, well, I know few people may not actually have that as a motive, but let me just say majorly, if you are running a business, you come to me for advice, I'm going to surely advise you on how you are going to make more sales, basically. So that's very, very important. Now, what now happens is that what will actually determine you succeeding in that business or failing? Since money is obviously going to be a drive, what will make you to succeed or fail will now be, okay, yes, I want to make money, right? But then you yourself, how developed are you? At what cost do you want to make that money? That matters also.
Okay.
Number again, do you want to just make money without impacting people? So you see, the values you uphold will actually determine what you are willing to do to make that money. Now, it will actually affect it in different ways. One of the ways that it will make it to affect is that it will actually help you yourself in the path you are taking to make that money. Because people could actually do crazy things, to make money. Like people could do crazy things to make money, and then when you find an opportunity to exploit somebody, you exploit. And you may probably just cover it with maybe whatever business term you wish, but you yourself in your conscience, you know that you exploited somebody. That's somebody's route, right? And then you have to be doing it in a honest way. That's number one. Some people again, basically, right? They actually just want to make money too, right? But not doing the wrong way. But then they may still have an effect of either succeeding or failing based on why they are doing it. So you outline reasons why you want to start up your business, right? Is very much important, because you see, starting up a business is not as easy as people think. Well, you might have heard that starting up a business is hard, right? Yeah, so everybody probably must have heard it, because from statistics, over 80% or more, I think it's 90%, 80% of business fail within the first 5 years, and after that, 80% of business again now fail. So you see, the chances of you succeeding is very, very slim. You get, so people know that, and then you have a notion that business is hard, that entrepreneurship is hard, right? That's very true. And when you enter into business, you find out that it was actually harder than what you thought. You get, but then planning it is going to actually give you a particular driving force. Okay, now you are doing this business because of this. You have itemized the reasons why you want to start up the business. By itemizing them, when you now finally start up that particular business and you're moving on, you have a hurdle. What will keep you going is going to be that end result that you have had. Yes, I want to continue going because I want to make sure that by so and so year, I've cancelled that poverty in this particular region. I want to continue because I want to be that by this particular time. I must have, built 5 estates and all. All of these things, they are actually supposed to help you. Now, the strength of the reason why you are moving on is going to determine whether or not you push till the end, because you're actually going to feel like giving up. Right, you're going to feel like giving up, and when you have nothing to lose, it's much more easier for you to give up. But when you have things tied to it, it becomes harder. So yeah,
it also boils down to what you want to offer. You're either only for the money or you're up for adding value. And like you said, it's all based on how far your eyes can see. So you can only get to that point that you have written down for yourself and the effort you put into it as well. Thank you very much for that response. Yeah, so what routines or habits do you think you've cultivated over the years that has helped you both in business and self-development?
All right, thanks for that question. So number one, the habit of, let me say, not giving up. Trust me, giving up can be a habit. So having a will to continue, and pushing, let me say, against all odds, and taking risks is also very, very important. That's a good habit for you to actually cultivate. Yeah, take risks too, but please, because of the risk you take, let someone not go and do something crazy and say justice said we should take risks.
Yes, so justice
taking risks is a good habit to cultivate. But like I said, you cannot jump into the lion's den and say you want to take risk and believe in yourself and say you go and deal with the lion without having any advantage, no gun with you. You're going to die. Yeah, so when taking a risk, take a calculated risk. But in general, risk taking and not giving up is a habit that I think cultivating it gradually would take you to the top. And yeah, personally, to a good extent, I think I'm actually working on that also. That's number one. Then number two, a habit of not procrastinating. It's important for you to know what you want to do, and then when you know what you want to do, start it without even having everything figured out. That's a very good habit that I think it's going to take you to the top. Yeah. Another habit again that I think I've been working on again is a bit of self-development. So I've tried actually this year I'm on a track, and I want to actually reach up to 54 books. That's at least one book every week, right? So because reading has actually helped me a lot in and knowing a lot of things and achieving things and all that. And I believe there are more things that I'm going to, benefit from reading. Not just reading, watching videos, I watch podcasts a lot, 0 to 100 is one of them. Yeah, I watch lots of podcasts. I have people that I follow online, I have mentors. I follow Russell Brunson, and all that. So it's very, very much important for you to build yourself on that also. So yeah, maybe as we proceed, I'll speak more on other habits. Well, anyway, if you want to know more on habits to do, I think you can even read 7 habits of highly effective people. Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much for that response. Say no to procrastination. I am definitely holding on to that one. Don't give up and take risks. That's really interesting. Thank you so much. My next question: what limiting beliefs have you overcome in order to grow?
All right. So speaking of limiting beliefs that I have to overcome, for me to grow. Okay, first of all, the limitations are there. So talking of limiting beliefs, they are there a lot. And let me just say, instead of me, maybe picking here and picking there, let's go to the source. So first of all, we have resistance that comes. So resistance, comes in different forms, and they actually end up forming beliefs to us without us knowing. When you read this book, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, and one book that I love recommending, but people don't used to read, I don't know why, Outwitting the Devil. Yeah, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. When you read them, basically, you find out that there are things that cause us to drift, right? And then there are things that actually come as resistance to us. Now, all of these things, they come in subtle way. See, the devil is very, very wise. The devil is very, very wise. He knows how to come to you. He doesn't want you to succeed, actually, right? So he knows how he comes to you. So the way he comes to you, he can come to you in different forms, basically, based on things that you hold on to. And the aim is to make you to drift. It could come through different means. It could come through your loved ones. It will come through family members. At times, you may want to make a bold step to do something, and then some people will genuinely advise you not to take that route because they feel like that's the best route for you, right? But you yourself are just having that particular confidence, and then you just go against all odds. So that actually is something that could actually be a limiting. So overcoming that is actually very, very important. Because it is something like, these are people that really care for me, and I know they mean me well, right? So should I really not listen to them? Am I sure I'm doing the right thing? You understand? And you see them advising you genuinely. You are seeing where you are going to, and that's very, very much important. So that's number one thing. And then another thing again is that something that will constantly be ringing in your head is you are not good enough, you cannot make it. Yeah, you have to deal with that. Probably, I don't know, maybe every day, every week, I don't know. But I don't think there's anybody that is rising or has risen that has not encountered these thoughts. So yeah, they are there, and these thoughts are there to limit you, basically, because at times when you are moving, you are trying to do a leap to another level. We are going to literally stumble upon something that will seem as if that's the end, and then it will now be like, should you throw in the towel or should you not? So these are actually limitations that will actually, that when you let them in, they will actually affect you and not want you to move on to another things. But anyway, I think I've been able to overcome some of them gradually. I believe I've been able to overcome some. I believe there are more that I have to overcome, because surely more will still come. But I need to still keep on making my mind to be stronger and stronger.
Thank you very much for that response. Fighting the resistance really is something, because like you said, it's not being good enough. I think it's something we battle with every minute, not just day, like maybe every second. So yeah, like I think reassuring yourself, which is where positive affirmations come in. So what can you say about positive affirmations? Are they things that you constantly told yourself that you believe got you to where you are right now?
Talking about positive affirmations, yeah, affirmations actually play an important part, right? And not just speak, even writing them down also play an important part. As a matter of fact, writing and saying positive things or writing things down in general is also going to help you. Whether you're writing down your goals, also plays an important role. Aside that, your affirmations, writing them down also could actually be pivotal. So writing down things like I am great and all that, they have an importance. Not just that, they should actually be in your heart also. Because trust me, there are moments, well, as a Christian too, basically, times the devil will come with some stuff when it comes to attack you. You use the word of God, right? To fight it back. So if you don't have any word in your bank when the devil comes to attack you, I don't know what you use to. So it's actually similar too. So when you actually have affirmations they are running, thoughts may come to your head at times. Are you sure you are good enough for this? Are you sure you can actually do this? Look around, look at the results you had yesterday. Are you sure? It's not left for you now. What have you been telling yourself over time? If you have been telling yourself, I'm not even good enough over time, what do you think will happen to you at that point? That's you yourself have been telling yourself negative things, and then you thought a negative situation is coming to you. You're going to embrace that as a reality. Yeah. So what you need to do actually is you need to actually fill yourself with lots of positivity, filling yourself around. See, affirmations are not just things you actually, in fact, down to the people you listen to. You're working with people that are toxic, that are always telling you you're not good enough, that are always finding faults. Please, stay away from some people. There are some people that you need to stay away because they actually affect your mindset. And you may even write down a positive affirmation, but then what is in your head? You are thinking of negative thing. You are writing I'm good enough, but in your mind you say I'm not even good enough. Maybe you mistakenly put not in and remember you now cancelled it. So you see, it's very much important for you to even guard the people that you even hear things from. What do you even listen to? What do you read? It's very much important. They affect your affirmation and they make you to make crazy. So affirmations are very, very powerful, right? They are very, very powerful. They can be very powerful. Those affirmations, writing down things in general, are very, very powerful. You get that? I will be great. I will be this. I will be that. You get right? Mark, you are very, very, you can also affirm things to probably some people around you. Yeah, maybe not, but I know you go. Don't be telling people your plans, please. But you can also affirm to some people around you. Yeah, I can mark my word by so and so time. These are affirmations. You yourself know where you are going to. You yourself know what you believe. It may not look at as if it is, but then you see you have been so positive, and then before you know, you may not get all, but at least to a great extent, I think there will be a great difference when you're actually having positive affirmation compared to when you're having negative. See, trust me, I believe there are instances in my life that me having that positivity that this is not actually going to be my reality on this thing or on that thing made a change. You get number? It's just possible. This can work for you financially, relationship wise, getting some things done, Yeah.
Thank you very much for that response. I would say this particular question, or I can say it's for me, affirmations generally are nice and very good, very helpful. One thing I have realized over time is at the end of the day, you're stuck with yourself, like you're stuck with your voice, and it is what you tell yourself that actually counts. There are so many times I've been in like different phases, and I've had so many people speak so many things, encouraging words, but I find out that I am still stuck with myself, and it's the main things I tell myself that I still remember. So it's just those voices that remain in my head. So when you realize that you are the one that is in control of your thoughts, you would be able to, should I say, properly channel your thoughts. It's easier for us to think negative, like that's our comfort zone. We are comfortable thinking bad about ourselves. So it's you trying to get out of your comfort zone by actually saying positive things, whether you feel like it or not. So this is actually for myself as well. Thank you so much for that response.
Let me just ask you a question now. Keep Elon Musk here. Keep Elon Musk one side, back to level 0. Keep another person back to level 0. Who do you think would rise faster again? Yeah, you have the answer.